Sexual energy is a potent, often misunderstood force that influences much more than physical intimacy. Across cultures, philosophies, and psychological schools of thought, it has been linked to creativity, confidence, vitality, and personal magnetism. One of the most intriguing theories is that sexual energy makes you more dominant, not just in the bedroom, but in leadership, social dynamics, and personal success. But what does this mean? How does sexual energy translate into dominance? Is this just a myth propagated by self-help gurus and pickup artists, or is there real psychological and biological grounding behind it? In this essay, we will explore the multifaceted concept of sexual energy, how it fuels dominance, and how people can harness it in their everyday lives to become more assertive, magnetic, and in control. Sexual energy refers to the vital life force associated with libido, reproductive instinct, and physical attraction. In ancient traditions like Tantra, Taoism, and Kundalini Yoga, sexual energy is more than just desire. It is seen as the core of one's life force, or chi or prana. Modern psychology refers to it as libidinal energy, a term popularized by Sigmund Freud. According to Freud, libido is the psychic energy derived from biological sexual drives, fueling much of human behavior. Sexual energy is not confined to sexual acts. It is a reservoir of raw vitality, which, when cultivated and transmuted, can enhance confidence, focus, creativity, emotional resilience, leadership ability. This is where dominance comes in. What is dominance? Dominance, in psychological terms, refers to the tendency to assert control over others in social or competitive situations. It's not necessarily aggression or manipulation. It's about presence, assertiveness, and influence. People high in dominance traits tend to speak with authority, command attention, make decisive moves, lead others naturally, elicit respect. Dominance is not just about behavior. It's a state of energy, intention, and body language. Dominance is also influenced by hormones, particularly testosterone. Studies show that individuals, both male and female, with higher testosterone levels are more likely to take risks, be competitive, and lead others. Interestingly, sexual energy and testosterone are deeply intertwined. Testosterone fuels both sexual drive and dominant behavior. High levels of testosterone are associated with greater libido, increased muscle mass, higher assertiveness, risk-taking behavior. When individuals cultivate their sexual energy, whether through physical training, abstinence, or practices like meditation, they often report an increase in testosterone levels and, consequently, dominant behavior. The concept of sexual transmutation, popularized by Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich, suggests redirecting sexual energy into other pursuits like business, creativity, or leadership. Hill argued that some of the most successful individuals in history had a high sexual nature, which they channeled into their ambitions. This aligns with the idea that sexual energy, when controlled rather than discharged compulsively, becomes a powerful fuel for dominance. NoFap, semen retention, and energy cultivation. The rise of NoFap. The NoFap movement, an online community advocating for abstaining from pornography and masturbation, has popularized the idea that sexual restraint enhances confidence and dominance. Participants often report increased eye contact, greater focus, deeper voice, more attention from the opposite sex, elevated self-esteem. Many claim these benefits arise from retaining sexual energy and redirecting it toward goals. In both tantric and Taoist sexual practices, the retention and control of sexual energy is central. These traditions believe that frequent ejaculation drains vital energy, while its cultivation leads to greater charisma, mental clarity, spiritual insight, leadership qualities. These benefits contribute to a dominant presence, not through force, but through energetic mastery, energetic presence. People who harness their sexual energy often exhibit strong energetic presence, a nonverbal quality that makes others take notice. This includes strong posture, grounded movement, intentional gestures, piercing eye contact. Such traits are subconsciously associated with dominance. Others can often sense when someone is sexually alive and energized. It's communicated through subtle cues. Skin glow, voice resonance, calm confidence, emotional composure. These signals trigger biological attraction mechanisms, enhancing not just romantic appeal, but social power. Neurochemical shifts. Sexual energy affects the brain as much as the body. Dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, neurotransmitters linked to pleasure, motivation, and bonding, are all influenced by sexual arousal and activity. When sexual energy is withheld and channeled intentionally, dopamine levels rise, increasing motivation. Focus improves. Emotional intelligence sharpens. These improvements fortify one's dominant persona. Dominance is closely tied to self-discipline. Those who control their urges command greater self-respect, and by extension, the respect of others. Mastery over one's impulses is often more powerful than external control. Dominance starts with inner discipline, and sexual energy becomes a training ground. Sexual energy can also be misused. When not balanced with emotional intelligence and empathy, it can lead to aggression, narcissism, manipulation. True dominance is not about overpowering others. It's about influencing from a place of authenticity and groundedness. Avoiding suppression, repressing sexual energy rather than transforming it, can lead to frustration, shame, or even outbursts. The goal is not suppression, but awareness and intentional use of this energy. How to cultivate sexual energy for dominance. Physical practices. Exercise, especially strength training. Sunlight and sleep to boost testosterone. Cold showers. Diet rich in zinc, vitamin D, and healthy fats. Energetic practices. Meditation focused on lower chakras. Breath work. Kegel exercises. Mental reframing. Shift from I need to release to I choose where my energy goes. Use urges as fuel, not distractions. Sexual energy is a dynamic, primal force that, when understood and directed, can elevate a person's dominance, not in an aggressive or exploitive way, but as a reflection of inner vitality, confidence, and presence. Dominance isn't about volume or intimidation. It's about control of self, which in turn influences others. Sexual energy, as the deepest current of life force, holds the potential to transform ordinary men and women into magnetic leaders, charismatic communicators, and unstoppable creators. Harness it, and you don't just become more dominant, you become more alive,